Episode 73 of the Marketing Life podcast. This is Taylor Timothy, your host. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about landing page optimization. Better yet, I'm giving you guys a free checklist, and basically I'm walking you guys through this and explaining the important things that you need to be doing on your landing pages to ensure that you get more leads and sales coming in through it, and better yet, converting better. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in. So the first thing I want to talk about inside this when you open it up or you download it is basically we're going to be talking about the first thing you need to do is obviously create a landing page. So what is a landing page? Basically, a landing page is a place that you're going to drive traffic to from your paid ads. I recommend that you don't just send them to your home page. That's kind of a no-no. So what you're going to do is first create a landing page. Once you've created that landing page, there's a bunch of things that you need to make sure you have on this landing page to ensure that you have success. So the first thing is removing the menu from that page. So in WordPress, basically you have an option that you can go in there and remove the menus and give yourself a blank page. The reason why you want to do this is when they come to the landing page, you want them to see that call to action and go straight after the call to action. You don't want them shopping around on your website. In all honesty, you need them to just know one thing that you're asking them to do. So if you're asking them to download something or watch your video series, that button needs to stand out and be plain and simple. That's why we remove the menus from that page. The next thing we're going to talk about is like having social proof. So there's a bunch of different forms of social proof that you can use. You can use reviews. So obviously like Google reviews, Facebook reviews, video reviews. Sometimes you can just create banners as well. Banners of companies that you've worked with. But it just needs to show that you're legit and that you have people backing your company and backing you as a person or whoever you're trying to promote. So you need to make sure that there's good social proof on these landing pages. The next thing we need to talk about is a call to action, a CTA. So basically, you only need one call to action on this landing page. So what do I mean by one? Not just one button. So obviously, you can have multiple buttons, but going through the landing page, it needs to have the same call to action. So if it says download now, then every single button on there needs to say download now across the board. Don't ask them to learn more and go to a different page on your website. It just needs to be one plain, simple call to action. Same button color, same text, same everything. The next thing is the traffic source and the offer need to match. So if your Facebook ad says and promotes a free download, then when they come to the landing page, honestly, the copy needs to be very similar, if not the same. And then you need to have the same call to action as well. So if in the Facebook ad you're telling them to download a free checklist, then on the landing page it needs to say download free checklist. If these two if they are not the same, it won't convert as well because it's going to be confusing. The next thing we're going to talk about is making sure that your headline and call to action are above the fold. So you need to test this on desktop and mobile. The truth be told, more than likely your traffic is coming from mobile. Mobile is obviously starting to surpass and pass up desktop. So you need to make sure that you guys have that headline and call to action above the fold. They shouldn't have to scroll down to see that button and that headline, or even scroll and be able to read some of the headline and having to scroll and read some of the headline and then keep scrolling and then hitting that call to action. That is a big no-no. So make sure your headline and call to action are above the fold. The next thing is your opt-in needs to redirect them to thank you pages. So after they download it, they need to go to some sort of thank you page. So the reason why is this is obviously going to help you track a lot better. So I know sometimes people can go in and put code in buttons and things like that, but I've found that just tracking thank you pages has been able to help me produce the best results. So then the next thing, you need to make sure your opt-in collects personal information. Now, a lot of people will just say, hey, put your email in. I'm a fan of name, email, and phone number. The reason why is I feel like it helps filter out those people that are just kind of searching on the web. If people are willing to give away 3 things, they're more likely to purchase your product down the road. So I'm a huge fan of just making sure that your opt-in collects those 3 things: name, email, and phone number. And yeah, just make sure you do that. The next thing is making sure that that form links to some sort of CRM, so ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft, whatever you guys use. Just make sure that the moment they download and give you that information, they're going directly into your CRM, because then you have that information, you have that data. It's not just going off to nowhere. The next thing is the landing page needs a video offer. Now, obviously, I've seen a lot of landing pages convert without a video, but I just feel like video just helps convert that much better. So make sure that you have a video on that landing page, whether it's the same video as your Facebook ad, it doesn't matter, but just make sure you have some sort of video there. The next thing we're going to talk about is making sure your landing page loads in 4 seconds. So you've got 4 seconds to get that sucker to load. If not, you need to go in and optimize your website, and you need to optimize that landing page to make sure it loads. People don't sit around and wait for your website to load, especially when it's something for free. So they need to be able to get that free offer as fast and as soon as possible. The next thing I want to talk about is making sure that your text is easy to read. Guys, don't use crazy fonts. Crazy fonts, and if they're hard to read, it's just causing confusion for them. So, obviously the best, highest converting websites out there, I'll use Amazon for an example. Amazon uses text that's very legible and easy to read. So make sure that you use easy to read fonts. If you question if it's easy to read or not, you probably need to change it. So make sure, guys, that your fonts are super easy to read. And then this kind of goes back to ensuring that your site is mobile friendly. It goes back to making sure that all your information is above the fold, but make sure, guys, that your website is mobile friendly. Last but not least, the last thing I have on there is keep it simple. Guys, you don't need to make your website super complicated and your landing page is super complicated and have all these cool animations. The example I have here is I've been running traffic to my free online marketing checklist, and that personal page of mine converts 16% of traffic. So 16% of traffic that comes to it, they're downloading and they're getting my free checklist. With a client that I work with, I have seen his at 33%, and it's the same exact thing. Obviously, different offer, different images, but the same exact process, same website layout, everything like that. But I've seen up to 33% of traffic converting at that. So basically, it's a 2-column website. Off on the left, we have the headline. We have the button. On the right, we have the video, and below that, all we have is reviews. And then below the reviews, I have another button that says download now as well. So if your website's not converting, basically think about it and see if it's simple. If it's not simple, then go back to the drawing board and make it simple, guys. I promise you, if you do this, you will see more results and more leads and sales coming into your business. Thanks, guys, for listening to episode 73 of the Marketing Life podcast. Go download this free checklist, guys. I've created it for you guys so you guys can go and implement it into your business or implement it into your clients, whoever you're working with. Last but not least, guys, don't forget to go over and check out my online marketing master course where I'll teach you guys all of this stuff from start to finish and how I build out this entire process. It will just save you more time and make you more money. I promise you this. Thanks, guys, for listening, and peace.